Hello, everybody. Here's the Desert Cardinal here, coming to you from the desert southwest. We've been having a mini little heat wave here yesterday. I think the temperature got up to like 96 degrees. Um, so it's been kind of crazy. Um, we've had real bad dust storms and real windy today. It's like windy, but it's not bad. It's not kicking up the dust and the dirt and stuff. So that's living in the desert, and I would never live anywhere else because I just love it here so much. Um, I want to go back to the last video I did briefly and talk about something because I think, and I watched it again, and I think I gave the false impression that we always have a choice at some point. And, you know, it's like some days I wake up and I think that's true, and then other days I wake up and I don't think it's true. Um, no, I did not choose to suffer from a mental illness. I did not choose to be bipolar. I didn't choose to have manic episodes. I didn't choose to have depressed episodes. I didn't choose to be plagued with horrible panic attacks and fear like you would not believe. I didn't make that choice. And, if I was gay, I didn't make the choice to be gay. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, to compare it to something. And, because, I know I've known, quite a few gay people, and they all say the same thing, that they felt like they were born that way. And, who am I to judge that? If that's how they feel and that's their experience, then you know what? You know, I need to accept that. And just in the same way, the stigma that we fight with mental illness is horrible because, you say mentally ill, and my bird is trying to talk to me. I go, and then he usually does, but now of course he stopped because I was doing it on the video. But anyway, that was weird. Forgive me. I'm easily taken off the path that I need to be on. So anyhow, yeah, so like, you're born gay, you're born African American, you're born Latino, you're born white, you're born with mental illness. You didn't make any of those choices, and I think choice comes in when we've sought recovery in whatever form is available to us. And there's people that are homeless, that suffer, and they've never had a choice. They live in the shadows. I call them shadow people, because they haven't had a chance. They haven't been fortunate like me or other people who have had recovery given to you. And so yeah, they don't have a choice. And and then like I was saying, the stigma As soon as you hear the word mental illness, you think of some crazy shooter that's shooting up, a mall parking lot and killing a bunch of people, and of course they're mentally ill, And so, you know, we have to fight um, uh, the stigma that kind of wraps us up in a false um, reality that's not true, and we have to break out of that. And that's hard. That is so hard to do. And I think that goes to some of my first videos as far as accepting the diagnosis. And I remember quite clearly in the hospital of finally coming to a place where I knew what was going on. I couldn't remember why I got in the hospital. I couldn't remember a lot of things that happened before I went into the hospital, and I don't remember maybe the first week or two in the hospital. But then when I started when the medication they were giving me at the hospital started kicking in, and I figured out what was going on, then I surrendered. But that took, I went in it was like July the 6th or the 7th, and I didn't get out until July 27th. So I mean, it took a good deal of time for me to come to a point. And then after that, I had, I want to say maybe 12 more weeks of outpatient care. And so, what was it, 12 weeks? No, it wasn't 12 weeks. It was more like 3 months, which that would be 12 weeks. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, I don't know. But, God forgive me, you guys, my mind is just jello today. But, and currently, right now, one of my biggest struggles is, and I've shared this before, is the social isolation. And I had a choice, but right now I don't have a choice. Because, just putting my shoes on and tying my shoes is like a major ordeal. And I have a physical condition that makes my heart rate rise. So just putting on, changing clothes, putting on some shoes, getting ready to go somewhere, taking a shower, whatever, is a major, major ordeal because my heart rate jumps sky high. Like yesterday, it got up to 121 beats per minute. And then I called my doctor, and he doubled the dosage of the medicine I'm taking. Well, since he doubled it, now I'm having side effects from the medication because I'm taking a higher dose. And so I have to go through that initial 2 or 3 week period where you just feel junky. So no, I don't have much of a choice right now as far as what I do. Now, how I treat my family, how I treat my friends, how I interact with my boys, how I interact with my wife, those are all choices that I make. And I can usually choose to be kind and patient and gentle. And if it's one of those times when that's hard to do, all I have to do is let my family know, hey, you know what, I'm off today, I'm very sorry, and and go off in my bedroom or whatever, and take a nap or read a book or whatever. And so I guess what I wanted to do was to alleviate anyone's concerns from that last video, that I was taking that line of responsibility maybe too far. And I think it's safe to say that you know uh, but if you're in recovery and you're on medication and you need to see your doctor, you make the choice to go see your doctor. It just doesn't automatically happen. And if you're taking your medication, and you have to take your medication, 3 times a day, well, you have to make a choice to take your medicine 3 times a day. It's just not going to automatically happen. If you're in therapy and you're not using medication, and you're using therapy and kind of a holistic, nutritional, herbal, supplement kind of diet along with therapy, well, you have to make the choice to, eat the things that are right that you need to eat, and take the right herbs, and continue with therapy. And you have to make the choice to do that. And that's what recovery does. It kind of scoops us up, and for a while we're kind of in that scooper and just being carried along, and then the scooper lets go, and then we stand by going to therapy. We stand by taking our medication if we're taking medication. If we smoke marijuana, we figure out like a schedule on how to do that, and hopefully you're doing it in a place where it's medically legal. If you're going to support group, along with your therapy, well, you make the choice to get to the therapist. You make the choice to get to the doctor. You make the choice to turn on YouTube and watch a video, and get encouraged by somebody else's journey, and so forth and so on. So there's where choices are involved. But as far as like having a mental illness, suffering from a mental illness, no, nobody chooses that. I didn't choose to be in a straitjacket at one point, and that was the most horrifying experiences I think I've ever had. You talk about surrender. I mean, you have no choice, and your arms are all tied around, and it's just, ugh. Did I make a choice to do that? No, I didn't. So, anyway, think about that, and then if you have any thoughts, your own thoughts, feel free to comment. You can reach me at desertrainbow66@gmail.com. Desertrainbow66, all one word, at gmail.com. And I'm also on Facebook. My name is Paul West. Feel free to friend me, private message me, and I can do whatever I can to help you, to encourage you, to just be a listening ear if you need somebody to just listen to you. So yeah, I guess that's it for today, and we will talk to you soon.